TCFC.
Hello and welcome back to TCFC. My name is Tom and today we're going to be talking about another of Birmingham City's new signings, and today it's going to be Chuks Aneke. Apologies Chuks if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Now, like my other videos for Ryan Woods and Jordan Graham, I'm going to do a general player profile, have a look at the stats for the player, and then have a look at what fans from previous clubs think about him. So anyway, without further ado, let's talk Chuks. So what do we know about Mr. Aneke? Well, first things first, I'm going to go on a limb and say that I think I'm going to like this guy, and he's got cult hero written all over him. He's a 6'3" striker, not known for his pace, but he has an absolutely brilliant pass on him. He's quite skillful for a big man and is capable of moving around the ball on the ground quite tidily. Now, the internet seems to think he's right-footed, but based on the clips that I've watched on YouTube, it seems to me like he's pretty much ambidextrous. Now, he's been playing down at the Valley with Charlton and has just had a fantastic season, having scored 15 goals in 38 games. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. In addition, it's going to be really nice for Chuks to rejoin up with Lee Bowyer, who is his manager at Charlton and thinks very highly of the lad. One thing that I think is worth mentioning in this video is that it's quite unlikely that Chuks is going to be starting a huge amount of games for us, and he is fairly well known for having injury problems. He typically came off the bench for Charlton and very rarely completed a full 90 minutes. However, if anything, that actually makes his stats even more impressive. Scoring 15 goals and most of the time you're only playing 25 minutes is pretty bloody impressive if you ask me. Lee Bowyer even stated that the player is basically without weakness apart from injuries. So if he's able to get past that, absolutely brilliant. But if he's just scoring goals off the bench, I'll happily take that. Okay, moving on to the statistics. 303 career games and 81 goals. He's generally been playing in League One with the likes of Crewe, Preston, NK Dons, and of course the Addicts Charlton Athletic most recently. He's generally kept up a 1 in 3 goal to game ratio, which I think is pretty damn good. Now, he's also spent a couple of seasons with a Belgian team, Zoet Waregem, although he wasn't quite as prolific in the land of mayonnaise, chocolate and waffles. However, I would say that it impresses me that he had the gumption to move abroad, which is something that a lot of English players don't really have the appetite to do. So I like that about him as a character reference. Not exactly a statistic, but just something I wanted to state. So while his goal to game ratio is pretty good, the stat that is often thrown around is how few games he started over the last few years. So of his 58 games for the Addicts, 45 of those were off the bench. But as I mentioned, that's not necessarily a bad thing, as we do have a pretty well entrenched number 9 in the Duke. And on to my favourite part of these videos, what do the fans of previous clubs that he's played for think about him? So Charlton Athletic, the most recent club, their fans seem pretty torn. They either think that it's a real shame that they've sold their top goal scorer, or they think it's a terrible waste of space. Now, most of them think that he would have had an excellent 21-22 season and are pretty pissed off that Bowyer raided them. Note that he also grabbed Jordan Graham this season, who'd been a long-term target of theirs, so I'm just detecting a little bit of bitterness from the Charlton fans. He also had 3 years at MK Dons, and while most of their fans seem to have a pathological hatred of Lee Bowyer, they all agree that Chuks is a player and wish him well. One Dons fan in particular noted that he always had a really good relationship with the fans and was always happy to respond on social media. I wasn't actually able to decipher anything from the Belgian fans because I don't speak whatever language they speak. However, it must be stated that everything I've read about him shows that he's generally liked by his previous clubs. Okay, so what conclusions can we draw from the research I've done today? So, he's a player coming into his prime at the age of 28, and like Ryan Woods, and especially Jordan Graham, this is probably a chance he needs to take if he ever really wants to play higher than League One. Now, the question I have to ask is, where will he fit for Birmingham City in our team? Now, I would say he's likely to be an impact player coming off the bench when the Duke is tired, and that's just based off his recent career. However, if he can stay fit, it would be absolutely fantastic for him and Duke to form a partnership. Bringing back shades of Che and Duke would be absolutely brilliant. Overall, I'm optimistic, I'm excited, and I just can't wait to see what Chuks can do. Welcome to the city of Birmingham, Chuks. Can't wait to see you in action. And that's all, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think of our new signing in the comments. Give the video a little like, and for more awesome Birmingham City content, subscribe to TCFC. Keep right on and have a bloody good day.